Happy birthday, Marcia. I can hardly believe you're going to be 40 years old. How did that happen? I was thinking about 40 years ago, just before you were born, we had one little girl, and we didn't know if we were going to have another girl or a boy, because back then you just didn't know until the baby was born what gender it was going to be. So I was pretty excited when, after your delivery, they placed you in my arms and said, "You have a beautiful baby girl." I remember thinking, "Oh, another Melinda." And then I looked into your sweet face, and you didn't look like your sister. You were beautiful, but you had a totally different look. And then as you grew, you didn't act like her either. You guys complimented each other, but you were definitely two different people. Both girls, but two different people. I'm grateful that you girls have been able to be close, and especially at this time of your life as young mothers, to be able to share that experience together and support each other. I was thinking about a little over 20 years ago when you left home to go off to college, and we drove you to Idaho with another mother and her daughter. And as we were getting ready to leave, I was feeling a little anxious to leave you so far away from home. And so when I gave you a hug, it was a little short for me. You let go first and kind of pushed me away, and it was like you were saying, "I'm ready. I got this, Mom." I have to tell you, when I got in the car, I shed a few tears thinking, I guess she doesn't need me anymore. Well, it wasn't but just a short time later that we were in the Salt Lake Temple, and you were getting ready to marry Aaron. And we were in the bride's room and primping you, and you just looked absolutely gorgeous, a beautiful bride. And so I wanted one last hug before you went into the sealing room. And so we had a sweet tender embrace, but it was a little short for me again. And you once again did a little push. And I remember thinking, she's ready. A little part of me thought, oh, maybe she doesn't need me anymore. But I'm glad that isn't true. That basically we need each other. In fact, I maybe need you more now than you do. Need me anyway. I was thinking about if I were going to give you an award, it would be the 3 C's. That you can remain calm and confident in whatever situation is thrown at you. I've seen that throughout your life. The confidence that you've shown in trying new things, in the struggles that you have, that you're calm and confident, and you continue to move forward. What a great example you are. Calm, confident, and continue to move forward. I love you, Marcia.
So are we recording?
I think we are.
Marcia, we're so happy to be here with you for your 40th birthday.
Or almost 40.
Almost 40th birthday. You have been just a wonderful daughter, and
never caused us a minute of trouble.
Never caused us a minute of trouble. Maybe a little bit of trouble, but not too much. You've been a wonderful mother and wife, and just a strong testimony, and a firm, stalwart character, and a noble person. And we're just so proud to be your parents. Love you so much. And just so happy that we've been able to share our lives with you. We can't believe that our little baby girl is 40 years old, and life goes by really fast. So enjoy every minute of it. Even the difficult times and even the challenging times can bring good memories and can help us achieve what we're supposed to when we're here on this earth. And looking back, some of those times which were the most challenging can seem like they were the sweetest and the best, because you're overcoming and growing and developing, and again, we're just so proud of you. We love you so much.
Well, I think you were saying that those times are challenging, but you overcome, and you basically are becoming more of the person that Heavenly Father wants you to be through those challenges. And what a great example you are for that, Marcia, because whatever challenges you have been met with, whether it was infertility or other things going on in your life, you were able to be strong and move forward. And your testimony has been strong, and you've served, and whatever calling the Lord has asked you to do it, and you've supported other family members in those callings, and we appreciate your example. What was the big shove for?
Something. I'm sure there's a reason. But I guess you are 40, because if you look at us, we look so old.
Stop!
We used to look young. But anyway, if we were to give you a reward, it would probably just be, what would the reward be?
I already had one, so you got to come up with one yourself.
It would probably just be all around good egg.
She is an all around good egg. That's true.
Just a super daughter.
And a delight.
A delight, yeah, to be around. So anyway, we love you, and I know this isn't exactly your birthday, but since we're here.
And it's not the best way to have to celebrate during COVID, but hey, we're going to do the best we can.
And we paid for dinner, so.
Good job. Okay.
Bye.
Love you.
We enjoyed making that last video so much, we decided to make another one. So we wanted to tell some funny stories about Marcia. And the first one that I want to tell is when she was just, well, when she was just little. For the longest time, she never talked. Mm-hmm. She would crawl around and play with Melinda, and Melinda was just talk. But Marcia just never talked.
We were a little concerned about it.
We were a little concerned. We thought, is she going to ever speak? Anyway, finally, what was the first thing she said? And finally, one day, she spoke, and it wasn't like one word. It was like a full sentence.
She sang, "Happy birthday to you."
Yeah, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. And thought, she knows all those words. And what we realized is that every time we'd ask you something, we'd say, "Marcia, you want a drink?" And Melinda would say, "Yeah, she wants a drink." Or, "Marcia needs this," or "Marcia needs this." So Melinda's always been there kind of trying to watch out for you. And so, but by the time
she was kind of her Aaron, her Moses.
Yeah. but when you finally spoke, you had lots to say, and
lots of good things.
Good things to say. And then one more story I have is when you were, we knew you were. We used to call you. You were kind of feisty. We knew you were going to be sweet but feisty. Maybe that's the right thing. In fact, for a while,
small but mighty.
Small but feisty. We called you Rolling Thunder because you were loud, and sometimes you could be demanding.
She was this pink little feminine thing, but then she was like, "Urgh."
Yeah. And so one time, we were living in West Virginia, and you were sitting in the back seat between Melinda and Brian, and you weren't getting your way or something.
They were fighting a little bit.
Or something. And she looked at both of them and said, "I wish Mom had never had you two."
We died.
One more story. This one's not necessarily correct, but well, it's correct. But anyway, one time Nana was there visiting in West Virginia. I think it was West Virginia. Maybe it was.
It is correct.
Gallup, and she said, "Oh, Marcia, you're a sweet, sweet girl." And she said,
Marcia said,
No, I'm bad. My daddy say so.
Oh, you were in so much trouble.
And I said, I never said you were
bad.
Oh,
your mom gave it to you.
I never said you were bad. So, Marcia, you got me in trouble with my own mother. Now, do you have any stories from when? Oh, I like the story when you were babysitting your brothers and they locked you in your bedroom.
Oh, it was so mean.
Tied the doors shut.
They tied the rope on the doorknob so she couldn't
get out.
She couldn't, and it was before cell phones, and so she was just locked in there. And what I appreciate, Marcia wasn't screaming and yelling and going nuts and breaking down the door.
It wasn't like her mother.
What'd you say?
Wasn't
like her mother. She just very calmly went in there and said, "Okay, well, I'm in here. I guess I'll read or something." And so she just enjoyed the time alone and let the boys just fend for themselves, which.
And I always liked it if you never had to tell Marcia to go to bed.
No.
You'd look around, she'd be gone. You'd go in there, and she'd be, as a teenager, she'd be in a room. Or if I said, "Marcia, go to your room," she'd say, "Okay, yeah, I want to go to my room."
That was her little refuge from the storm.
And for you teenagers who get your driver's license, so I think Marcia had a wreck on her first day driving.
Oh, I don't think so.
Second day, she ran into somebody in the parking lot at the church.
At seminary.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. It was just a little.
Good. Do you have a story?
Well, I'm trying to think. You were telling some of my stories, but.
Oh, you remember when she cut her arm?
Oh yeah.
Tell about that.
Well, you can tell it.
Anyway, I bought this. We lived in West Virginia, and we were poor as church mice. We didn't have hardly any money, and we lived out in kind of in the country, and so the only swing I could afford was this old metal
swing set,
old metal posts and screws and stuff like that. And so when you put the screws through to connect, the one end was kind of rough, and you were supposed to put a plastic,
it was exposed.
Yeah, supposed to put a plastic cover over the end so that people couldn't get hurt on them. But somehow the kids pulled that off, and Marcia was swinging and swung and caught her arm on there and cut it wide open and right underneath her arm on that thin skin. And she hardly cried at all, and we took her in and they had to stitch her up, and she hardly made a peep. She just sat there and let them stitch her up, and she didn't scream and yell or anything like that. We were very impressed that as so young she could be so calm and not get, all worked up over.
She was very
that,
calm.
very calm. Where Melinda split her. I'll get in trouble for telling Melinda's stories.
That's what you did at Marcia's wedding.
Melinda split her chin open and went completely crazy. They made us go out of the room when they stitched her up because she was flailing around.
Yes, that was definitely one of the differences, that Marcia took it a little bit more calmly. And
but that's okay.
I'm sure she was a little fearful still. But...
We love Melinda too. It's just Melinda's.
Yes, we do love Melinda too.
Melinda's a little different personality than Marcia. They're just different. And that's good. It's good that you can be different but be close sisters. So.
Aren't we grateful that we have two girls that are so close? We just feel really blessed that you guys have each other. And
don't cry now.
Stop.
Nancy's gonna cry.
Anyway, we feel very blessed to
have both of you, and especially you today, Marcia. Okay. All right, we better go. You guys are gonna get bored of this.